Hey everybody, welcome to Buzzing About Romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Jenny. Hi Jenny.
Hey Becky.
And Heather. Hi Heather.
Hi.
And Lindsey. Hi Lindsey.
Hi.
Lindsey, I wasn't quite sure where we would see you coming from tonight because you were in Denver yesterday.
Yes. So I chose chaos, like aggressively chose chaos. And I was like, I did a yarn dyeing class yesterday with my favorite yarn dyer. But I decided to just fly into Denver for the day. So I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to the airport. Everything went smoothly. I checked the weather because I was like, this was really aggressive choice. The class was at 2 p.m. So I was like, I should have 6 hours before the class. It should be fine. And then I flew back home at 9 p.m. Everybody was confused about it that I talked to.
No, I follow a bunch of travel bloggers, and those are called out and backs, and they are extremely popular for people.
Yeah, I didn't have to spend any money on a hotel. My rental car for the day was like $50 total. So like it was cheaper than an Uber because the Denver airport is close to nothing. Public transportation is not the answer. I don't know if you all have been to Denver, but it is literally like the Denver airport is like 30 minutes outside of downtown in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
It's convenient to nothing.
Bonkers. I have seen people here who have like the Disney pass, the season pass holder type thing that will do Orlando in a day and back because Detroit has a red eye both there and back.
Yeah, and it's like 2.5, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a really easy flight, and I'm just like, it used to be you could do it from Toledo, but Toledo doesn't really have a lot of commercial flights anymore. I think maybe one.
It's like really, and there are a lot of different, like if people really want to know this stuff, I will send them the people I follow, but like there are like hotels that you can like basically rent like a room for a couple hours. And when I mean that, like you can go in and shower and change, you know what I mean? Like it's not like, you know what I'm talking about.
It's not for that.
Yeah. It's like meant for those kind of travelers where like in between where you're kind of just hanging out at the beach or whatever for a day.
That's so interesting. So interesting.
I love it. A lot of young kids do it because they have energy that us old folks don't.
I would be exhausted for the next like 3 days.
My nutrition yesterday was trash. I had 3 different coffees from 3 different coffee shops. And then I had tacos, which were phenomenal. But like I went way out of my way to get I overcomplicated everything to get this ice cream that they have. It's called Gelato Boy, and their seasonal flavor is pineapple blood orange creamsicle, and it's like pink, and it's not a sherbet or like one of the ones that are dairy free. Like a lot of the fruit ones tend to be dairy free. It's actually made with like milk, so it's like the creamy gelato, but it's like tastes like a sherbet, and it was just so good. So yeah, when the class ended a little earlier than I'd planned, I was like, I'm gonna go get this. And then I created a very interesting adventure for myself.
It sounds like it was worth it though.
It was worth it. It was very worth it.
I'm for it. Did anybody do anything stellar other than Lindsey, who went back and forth from Denver? Did anybody do anything else exciting this weekend? Jenny, you're kicking off summer reading at your local library that you are in charge of.
Yeah, which isn't actually local to me, but yeah, we had a petting zoo, which I did not.
Heather, did you not see her post yesterday in the group chat?
You guys, I had 4 or 5 grad. I don't even remember.
Okay.
I don't know. So yeah, petting zoo?
Yeah, they take rescue animals and then like have a petting zoo. There was llamas, goats, rabbits. I think they had a cow. I did not volunteer. I was voluntold and I stayed away from the animals, but I registered like 180 people for summer reading. So gave away a bunch of
Exciting.
free books.
Exciting. It's fun. I didn't realize till just this year that maybe last summer I realized it too, but whatever the summer reading theme is, it's pretty much every library does the same theme.
There's actually a coalition of people that like make it for each year. Like this,
Okay.
yeah. So it is a program that is nationwide.
So,
Yes.
because it's fun to watch some of these other libraries as they're getting ready for it with their like inflatable dinosaur, because dinosaurs is the theme this year.
Unearthing a story.
Yeah. So it's been fun to watch some of the TikTok librarians are so fun to watch.
They
So
really
on
are.
social media, like, yeah.
There was one today where it was the guy was calling for the end of cardigan season. And he
Yes.
had an open tote, and all the librarians had to put like their cardigans in the tote. And as he's trying to roll it away, this one woman like throws herself in front of it.
Some of the libraries can be cold. They might need their
might,
cardigans.
right?
Hello.
Well, like our HVAC never works properly. So it's, yeah, you have to have one at all times.
Must have. Heather, you did graduations parties this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm happy to report that it was really fun. But we found a new taco, like a local taco place it's superior. I feel like you guys always talk about these really good tacos, and we never have them. And we found the place.
Yum.
So when I go there, I know it was so good and it was fun. My little neighbor girl had her graduation party and she had a theme. Everything was blush pink, gold, and white. Yesterday afternoon, she had Justin rubbing olive oil on her gold balloons so they shimmered.
What a guy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I knew that we couldn't have a girl because we have our neighbor Haley. And so that she's enough for
everybody. Perfect.
It was so fun though.
So today's episode, we are kicking off our summer reading challenge. It's again, we kind of have scaled back. It is a light and easy challenge. It's a self-monitoring. If you do it, even only enter one book, at the end, we'll have a form where you can sign up to receive the summer reading sticker. And I will send you out a sticker pack of random buzzing about romance stickers along with our specifically logoed summer reading sticker. So we came up with the title Booked and Buzzy Summer Reading Challenge. To be honest, I really wanted to do like book it, like go and buy, and you can buy coupons for panned pizzas, but not every Pizza Hut takes them. So I was like, okay. Because I was like, I would love to mail everybody a panned pizza, but
Yeah.
not every Pizza Hut takes it, and I'd feel really bad if I mailed someone a Pizza Hut panned pizza and they couldn't use it. Feel really bad. So
I did decide this summer, like I talked to Justin and I was like, I really want breadsticks. And he's like, fine, for every 10 books, just go buy yourself. You are an adult. You can do that. Go buy yourself the breadsticks.
Perfect.
I was like, I think I'm gonna.
And this is open internationally. So if you are in Australia, if you're in the UK or in Europe and you would still like to get a sticker pack, you can absolutely sign up for this. I will mail these internationally because, like a sticker pack in an envelope is a couple stamps. So it's it is doable for us. So today we're kicking off Booked and Buzzy Summer Reading Challenge with a celebration of one of our favorite things, summer reading. There's something about summer that makes us want to read more. Maybe it's vacations, maybe it's the longer days, maybe it's sitting outside with an iced coffee, pretending we don't have responsibilities, which is pretty much what I've done for the last 4 days outside of, I did play some Animal Crossing, but mostly sat outside. Whatever the reason, summer has always felt like reading season. So we're just going to start this off. Why do we read more in the summer? Why do you think that is? Why have we trained ourselves to read more in the summer?
Well, I'm sure there's like some kind of educational piece of like
Probably.
Propaganda to read during the summer so you don't slide back, and then
Right, the summer
we're
slide.
readers. Yeah, and then we're readers, so we took it a little too seriously.
I think I we don't, for me, maybe it's because I'm a teacher, but I do actually have more time in the summer, right? Like I don't have to go to work every day. But I think as kids, like it's that, like what you said, Jenni, that propaganda, like kids will lose reading if they don't actually read in the summer. So that's why there's a big push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, too, if we think about it with summer too, and those of us that have children or are involved in stuff throughout the year, there's not the commitments in the summer, right? You know, there's still kids that do play like summer sports, like baseball and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's not driving to Boy Scouts. It's not driving to, you know, this club or this sporting event. We just have a little more time that's ours.
And the sun is out longer.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's literally more daylight.
Yeah. Yeah. And right now here in Ohio, the weather's beautiful. Like there's a nice breeze. I can sit outside. I'm not sweltering hot. It's been lovely. And for the first time in a very long time, I finished 3 books in the last 4 days. Nice. I cannot tell you the last time I did that. That it just was easy to do.
Mm-hmm. Someone in the chat said it feels like schedules are more relaxed, right? Like,
yeah.
It feels like it's a slower pace, like almost like it's so hot. Like it can be so hot you don't want to rush around because it's just sweaty. So why not sit and drink a cold drink or whatever, and on the deck or the porch or whatever.
Yeah. Lindsey, do you read more in the summer?
Sometimes it depends. Like
this is your busy season.
Yeah, it's
like she's outside doing stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I'm outside doing stuff a lot. Sometimes I have like intentional time that's supposed to be like downtime for reading, and then I do something really stupid, like go for a 9-mile hike and then take a shot of Fireball, and then I go nappy nap. You know, things happen. So that's how my summers go. It just depends. But usually, like if we're actually doing trips places, like flying somewhere, like I was able to finish a whole book yesterday because I was like flying to and from Denver. So like I felt so productive because like I woke up in the morning, I started a book, I finished another book, and then the book I started, I don't recommend starting a book by an author you know that's gonna suck you in. We'll get to this in like book of the week, but like I started an author I know, like when I start her books, I cannot put them down. And then I had to put it down because I got to Denver and I was like busy all day. So the minute I got back to the airport, like the first thing I did was like pick the book up. And then I got home and I was like, okay, I've been up since 5 a.m., but sure, I'll read until 1 o'clock in the morning. No problem.
So I think,
you know, it's good.
I think this question is hard for us, those of us that are just readers, right? Like we read, we always have a book with us, even if we're not actively reading, we always have something with us to sit and read if we have a moment or whatever. So I feel like this question doesn't work for us, but what makes a great summer read? I don't know that my reading choices change in the summer.
No, mine don't. I'm very much a mood reader though.
That I actually find myself doing a lot more like rereads, in the sense that like maybe I'll reread something that I actually like physically, like, you know, like an ebook. If I find the audiobook, like I might do that. So then I can do other things like, you know, clean out my closets or do some of the things that I do in the summer. Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, it does. And I think that like rereading via audio helps. And I actually wrote a Substack recently and it's getting a lot of traction, which is really weird, you guys, but I digress. I talked about how we have more distractions now than we've ever had before. Our time is so much more fractured, and more people talk about being mood readers. And I was reading an article that basically like a TV show a book, a movie, you really have less than 3 minutes of attention to hook someone in to your premise, to your book and stuff like that. And it made me think about summer reading. For me in the summer, I tend to be a little bit more lax. So I do want the book that sucks me in. I want that book that just captures you because things are just, I have a little bit more time, right?
I think that that's been a huge thing, like for our kids, right? Like, I think TikTok is, we see this in the classroom where kids, like if they don't like what you're saying, you're just going to swipe up, right? Like you're just going to keep swiping. If you don't, you know what I mean? If I download a book on Kindle Unlimited and I'm like 10, 15 pages in and I'm like, well, this is boring, I'm going to return it. You know what I mean?
It is. It's really easy to jump, and I think some of that is, the subscription-based services, right? Like I started an audiobook on Libby and I'm like, this is not cutting it for me. I returned it back and went and grabbed something else. Now, I don't do that on Hoopla because from Jenni, I learned how much Hoopla checkouts cost. So I will not waste resources. Hoopla, I know I'm going to listen to it. But I'm even finding that in audiobooks that like, I really need it to hook in. And I'm a lot less forgiving typically. Like if a narrator's just so, I am a lot less forgiving than I used to be. I used to think, okay, I can just speed it up and I'll tolerate them. Now I'm like, nope, something new.
Yeah.
So, so do you have any criteria for summer reading, Jenni? Like what is a summer read book?
Well, I was thinking about this, like, I'm finally to a point where like my kids are more independent. So like before it wouldn't be something that sucked me in because I needed to be able to like divert my attention to make sure no one's drowning. Versus like, but now I can pretty much like nobody's drowning in the pool, I don't think. And
yeah. Lindsey, do you have an idea of a vacation read versus a stay-at-home read, or are they all the same?
So I'll say this, like when I start a book on vacation and it's not gripping my attention immediately, I'll drop it way faster. Like I'm way more prone to just like DNFing and moving on from something in summer. So like I'll start a lot more books than I'll normally start and leave a lot of things like unfinished. So it's really just like what's gripping my attention in the moment because like in summer I'm really looking in summer in particularly like because of the way I read in summer, I'm really looking for like an attention grabbing type book. So it's not uncommon for me to like wind up reading more like romantic suspense or like really fast paced romances or like short contemporary ones like Aurora Rose Reynolds, like really short type books like that.
Yeah. In the summer, is there, well, so Lindsey said her subgenre in the summer tends to be more like romantic suspense. Do Heather or Jenni, do either of you have a subgenre that you tend to read more in the summer? Do you tend to gravitate more towards small town or more towards, a sports romance or something like that? Or do you just, it is what it is?
I think I'm pretty much it is what it is. I do like when it's really hot outside to read something that's like maybe in a tropical climate or
I love a vacation fling on vacation, right? Like if I'm a day off, I want a vacation fling. I want to live that vicarious like, because I just have my drink on my deck in Ohio. I want to hear the waves through my book. What about you, Heather? Is there one subgenre that you tend to read more?
No, but I feel like the last few summers, like I binge read, oh my God, Ice Planet Barbarians. So maybe I'll like read something I don't normally read, like maybe some sci-fi, but I mean, I don't read much historical. Pretty much I don't know. I'm moody, like,
I think that we all, I really honestly believe right now, if you are currently classify yourself as a reader, I believe all of us have turned into mood readers. One,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about this all the time. The market is huge right now. There are so many books, new books coming out every week. Every day there's new books. And so it makes it really easy to kind of jump from here to there. And, oh, I imagine I want this. And so I think that that's become a little bit more easy. And with things like Kindle Unlimited, it's a little more affordable to do that, right? Because I'm not having to put out $4.99 per book each time I change my mind. When I used to read exclusively through the library, I did very much stick to my TBR because I had to do the book as it came to me, because those were early day Libby, and you couldn't like pause your hold and then get back in line. That's a newer concept. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier to binge read, but also to jump around in what you're reading.
That's actually, so people I work with, obviously a ton of educators. I'm a teacher. And so people are always like, they know I'm a reader. And so they're like, okay, I need some books for the summer. I have all this free time. And they're like, I never realized just how expensive books have become. So a lot of people, they're like, the books used to be like $10 and now they're like 20, you know what I mean? And I'm like, maybe you should start e-readers. And people are like, I don't know. And I'm like, you don't have to buy a Kindle. Like if you have an iPad or you have a phone, you just need to download the Kindle app.
Yeah.
And it's there for you. So, yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing too. And I don't know that we as readers talk about it enough because we'll see on the different social medias and stuff like that, authors talking about like, I don't understand why my sales are down, or I don't understand why I'm not getting as many page reads. And as readers, we have to speak up more and say, listen, reading is a luxury. And if we look at our history as humans, who owned the majority of books? The wealthy, the 1%, because they could afford it while others couldn't. And this is why things like libraries are so important, that we continue to fund them. Then we make things like reading and community more accessible to everyone. And that's something that, what's one of the first things you cut? Because, I had sent everybody a special edition that was beautiful, right? Like that book was beautiful. But then I have to say, okay, wait, if I spend that much on that special edition, that's actually like 4 months of Kindle Unlimited, or, 4 paperbacks of maybe everyday books that I really want to have on my shelves. So I have to, justify some things.
I recommended, I said, Target, I know not Target is whatever. I'm like, Target does like buy 2, get 1 free. And I'm like, if you do that, I recommend, you buy 2 or whatever. I'm like, go to a little free library, drive around, find a little free library, grab a book, put a book in, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Do that.
I use, you guys know how I am about buying books, but I use Get Upside for like gas returns, and I do Fetch for like your receipts. And every year it winds up being like $60-ish that I get in gift cards for like reading. So I'll allocate it to like either Target or Amazon or Barnes and Noble, depending on like when I'm redeeming them and who's doing the best. But yeah, like that's a nice little bonus. But yeah, I'm the same as you, Becky, like very aware and intentional about like my reading budget and how I spend my reading money, yarn money.
Well, I mean, I think as we're in this current era that it is, I think everybody's being more intentional with how they're spending money, where they're spending money. And, we all know big bad corporations, but Amazon does make it with stuff like Kindle Unlimited, makes it affordable to read those books. And, we've seen over the course of the couple of years, I came across an old video that I had made about trad publishing for the first time starting to put trad books in Kindle Unlimited. And there were like comments in there, like this one guy stitched it and he was like, Trad never puts books in Kindle Unlimited. You're wrong. And I'm like, dude, you obviously haven't seen them, but here's a list that are in it. And I came across that old video and I thought, there are so many more. Somebody was telling me that basically a forever title sits for about 8 to 12 weeks, like everywhere for sales, and then they'll move it into Kindle Unlimited for usually like 6 months. It will probably pop out, rotate out more quickly. And I'm like, okay, because those are the ebooks that are like $12.99.
I think you guys know how I feel. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $12.99. I'll wait for it at the library.
Right. Same.
Yep, same.
Same. Okay, so if you had this is a fun question. If you had one uninterrupted summer reading day, what would it look like? You can go first, Lindsey. What would you had all these hours, no responsibility. What does your day look like?
So whenever I travel in the summer, like we will stay and like family will come visit, whatever, we'll get there. Inevitably, we're always getting a cabin somewhere in the mountains. I always make sure it has a really fantastic patio and I will just porch rot. Like I call it patio potatoing. And I'll just like sit out. Yeah.
I love that.
Awesome.
I like it.
And I'll just like sit out there like as much as I can. I'll read. Like when I went to my friend's wedding a couple years ago, I literally spent every free moment on the patio, just like sitting, reading with my coffee outside in the mountains. It's always like nice weather if you're obviously not in the direct sun or the humidity. So yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. What does yours look like, Heather?
Well, I think it could be a lot of things. We are going to the North Shore. And so like we're going with my husband's family and they're like, oh, we're going to schedule hikes, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do? And I'm like, I have my Kindle. I'm good. You guys don't need to worry about me. I'll just sit by the lake, read. I think I'm also very lucky. I have readers. And so they are more than happy to like read with me. So we do read-in feeds. And so we buy snacks and we couch rat together and we do puzzles and crafts and like all night. I know that sounds nerdy, but that's what we do.
I love it. What does your perfect day look like, Jenni?
Usually uninterrupted would be great. If I can be uninterrupted, like I can just have my lawn chair and just rotate as the sun rotates so I don't get burnt and I'm good.
Yeah. I think it was 2 or 3 summers ago, Jenni was here for a weekend and she and we had talked the first night, we had done something, and then we were back here at the house that evening and we're both just sitting on the patio reading, like just reading. And I think after you left that next day, Sydney was like, you didn't talk to your friend for like 3 hours. And I'm like, yeah, wasn't it perfect? Because
it
was just perfect. It was just, if I wanted to talk, we could talk, right? Like if I wanted to say something, we could say something, but we didn't have to. No. And so and
we had Mike to get us drinks.
And we had Mike bringing us drinks. Like that was all we needed. It was perfect. I think my perfect day, it looks a little different now, but the morning, coffee and my book on the deck. And one of the things I like to do in the summer is there's a local winery that has outdoor seating. And Mike will take one of his Ambernac, like his handheld game thing, and just sit at the winery. They have like slushy wine drinks and snacks. And just sit there for the afternoon when it's not busy. Because one time we went in a late evening and the guy was there singing. Anyway, he was not good. So just for the afternoon and then the evening, like probably, Cancun and delivery margaritas. Although they now have the ice cream margaritas. Jenni?
What?
Oh, they have soft serve margaritas at our local Mexican restaurant. I know, right?
And they deliver? Oh my God.
Yeah, and they deliver. And so probably that and more time out on the deck, maybe, if it's cool enough a fire, but I have turned into such a homebody more so recently. So even if the day just was on the deck with the book, I'd be cool with that.
I think readers actually can understand that, right? Like that's something that people who enjoy reading can appreciate like just sitting in like quiet company with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something Britt, who owns the local romance bookstore, that's something she started doing, that because she's only open for about 4 hours on a Sunday. And so she'll tell people, hey, come, on a Sunday, you can sit upstairs upstairs and read and, just hang out. And she's planning on doing that this summer. Bring a lawn chair, bring a snack, come sit out on the lawn in front of the bookstore and read, and gather. And it's so nice. Like, right? I mean,
yeah, I sit out on my porch in the morning and all my neighbors that have dogs just walk by and we like all wave. And my husband's like, you could go for a walk. And I was like, I could, but then I wouldn't see all the dogs. And
also my book and my coffee are right here. Why do I need to go for a walk?
Also my fountain and my lady slippers, which I know people are like, she's a nut job. And I don't care. You can think I'm crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. Okay, you guys. So this is probably going to be the hardest part of this whole episode.
God.
What is on your summer TBR?
Is.
Now, this year, there is extra points. Not that there's really a winner or anything, but there's extra points if you read a book that was published, I think we put pre-2022, as a way to encourage you to go back. It was so funny. I came across a TikTok the other night of a girl that's going back and reading a book from the year reading books from the year she was born, romance, because she's just only recently got into romance. Literally, she started in 1991, you guys.
What?
And I'm like,
she's a baby.
And so the very first book she read was Paradise by Judith McNaught, which top tier second chance romance. Like, it is my all-time. Second Chance is hard. It is my top tier second chance romance read. Anyway, and she's like, does this hold up? Does it not hold up? And she was like, it does. It totally holds up and it's still really good. Because instead of being a billionaire, they're a millionaire and they own like it takes place in Chicago and they own like a Marshall Fields type department store, like wealthy, higher end. In Ohio, it would have been Lazarus, right?
I miss Marshall Fields.
What?
So much. I miss Marshall Fields so much.
We had Lazarus and we had Elder Beerman and was it Lion? Was that one that we had that came out of Detroit?
It used to be Dayton's before.
Yeah.
And then Marshall Fields bought it. And it was so great.
I used to think the high-end department stores were always fun. We didn't buy stuff there as a kid. Maybe an Easter dress here or there, maybe. But they were always so fun.
Target owned it, and I worked for Target.
Oh.
And we got amazing discounts. So like we registered for our wedding, and then you got an extra whatever off your. We cleaned house.
Yeah. So anyway, so what is on your summer TBR, and if you have any that are pre-2020, I guess, let us know. Jenny, what does your summer TBR look like?
Oh my gosh. So my TBRs are like in 4 different places because I have them like on my library account, on my Libby, on my Amazon, on Goodreads. So it's a hot mess. None of mine are like, most of mine are new books. So See You at the Finish Line by Zach Hammett is a male rowing couple that has apparently been on my TBR since I started working.
Sounds good.
Lindsey, do you have a book on your TBR?
I have a busy little TBR. So, Elizabeth Stevens, like we read her All Superheroes Need PR and her All Superheroes Need Photo Ops. She has an Alien series that was published in 2021 through I think 2022. It's 6 books. I think it's called the Zaviri Mates. I don't know how you pronounce it. Forgive me. I didn't look that up. But they're really good. It's 6 books. I read them like when we were doing that. I want to read her Twisted Fate series. I think that's just 2, but those are from 2017.
Is that the Viking one?
I think so.
That cover is gorgeous.
No. That's the Bone King and the Starling.
Mm.
I haven't read that one either. I don't know when that one was published, but I wanted to read The Twisted Fates. I don't know actually what it's about, but I have a very long list. A lot of paranormal on my list for the summer. I also finally want to read Kate Daniels by Luna Andrews, and that is, definitely pre-2020.
That is pre-2020. Heather, what do you have a specific book or books on your TBR for the summer?
Well, I think we all know I don't actually have a TBR. I actually just was like, oh, Goodreads. I have 405 on Goodreads to be read. That's not ever going to happen. I am so excited for Ember because we're going back to
Codename Ember by Sawyer Bennett.
Yeah, we're going back to Jameson Security Force, and it's my favorite. And then Deborah Garland has a new Mafia series coming out, like a brand new. I'm really jazzed about. I'm finally going to read Dr. Rebecca Sharp. She has a new series coming out.
She does. I think it's a Montlake series too, so it's a read listen.
Oh.
I think her new series is a Montlake series, so it's a read listen.
Off Grid series.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all know that a couple years ago I went rogue and I deleted all my want to reads off of my Goodreads. And I've been doing that every year for the last 3 years. In December, I clear off the want to read shelf and start new at the first of the year every year. So going into backlist was really hard. Like, what were the books that I wanted to read in 2019 or 2018? So I did some research, and there are some authors I'm going to go back to that I haven't read in a long time. So I've never read B.K. Borison. I've not read any of their books.
That was my.
I would like to try her. I don't know. I mean, I know she's a softer, lighter, almost on the fade to black side of romance, but I'm interested to check her out. Lexi Blake.
I see her get a lot of traction through the library.
Yeah.
So I've been interested.
Lexi Blake is one of those authors that I kind of let go a lot. Like, I didn't stay up with her current, her romantic suspense, her Mercenaries, Masters and Mercenaries series. So I might try to dive back into that. Same thing with Shayla Black. She's another one that I used to love, and I just have kind of died off with. Julia Wolf was another one that I haven't read in a long time, and she's got quite a few books, and she's done some cowboys, and so I want to get back into her. Piper Rain, I never read their backlist. I only really started recently with their stuff, so I might try to go back. I know that there's one of the families that Lindsey and Leah just love by Piper Rain, so I might go back and try those out. But then I came across a new Mafia author that I have never tried. It's The Costa Family by Jessica Gadzilia. It's Gadziala. So if you can pronounce it better than me, go for it. But the books are in Kindle Unlimited, and I think I saw that it's 11 or 12 books, The Costa Family. So I'm gonna give that a try. I need to catch up on Michelle Hurd. Alta Hensley is another one. I have not completed Beverly Jenkins, her backlist, so I'm gonna try to dabble in some historical. So Beverly Jenkins is on that list. Stephanie Lawrence, because a couple episodes ago we talked about The Devil by Stephanie Lawrence.
That series so much.
Yeah, so we talked about it, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll go back and do some rereading of those and catch up with some of her other stuff. Maisie Yates.
One thing. There's one of the books. I will send it to you. I read these forever ago, and I was in my early 20s when I read them, and one of them, literally reading the paperback, has a 12-page spicy scene. It just goes on forever.
Stephanie Lawrence was spicy. And she, in the later ones of those cousins, she even started to like dabble in the like the magical mysticism a little bit, like the old lore of kind of the witches, sorcery of Scotland and stuff like that. And they were so sexy. Like you were like, oh, okay, I guess we're reading this now.
Yep, I'm looking them up.
Well, they're historical, so you know.
Oh.
And I do believe she writes in third person, maybe head hopping.
She does. A lot of them, I believe, were in third person. Yeah.
Let's see. What else are some others? I have. Let's see here. I guess not really a lot. Like there's some that are older ones. I want to give Cat C. Wells another chance. I didn't love Run, Posey, Run, but everyone talks about her books. They talk about her shifter books. I recently did that zombie deep dive, which was so good, you guys. If you are looking for something fun out of the norm, absolutely try Decaying, Dating and Decay. It was so fun. But yeah, so that's my summer. I really am going to check out this Costa family though, because
I already downloaded book 1.
I did too. Because who doesn't need more mafia, right? Nothing says summer like people being shot.
You guys, wait till my book of the week because I am, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're that in it. Jenni, any other books on your TBR for summer?
I added like a book today called The High Life by Anzi Starry, and so instead of fake dating, it's fake exes.
They're actually still together?
Like they pretend to be exes so that they don't have to get arranged married.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
I love a good arranged marriage. I also really like reverse harem in the summer. I don't know.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Is there a book? It can be a new release. It can be an old book, one that's on your TBR that you're really excited about for this summer.
So I mean, I've got a lot of series and stuff that I wanted to visit. So there's like a very old Riley Edwards series. You put the stipulation that you get double points for pre-2020. So I went through everything and I was like, well, we'll only be reading
bonus points for no prize.
Right? Like the points mean nothing, but
you still get a sticker
pack. Even just ask Becky, she probably send you whatever, right?
Right. Like even if you fill nothing out, I still send you stickers.
You issued the challenge. I don't care what the prize is. I don't ever get a prize. Becky, how many times have I even submitted my summer reading entries? Like I think
rarely.
I'm like so on top of it to begin with, and then by the time summer we get like halfway through, I like don't submit. I don't even think I submit a single one. I keep track of everything on my own.
I laugh at you and Gloria because you both like pull out like the multicolored pens and you make a whole plan, and I'm just like, cool. And then I hear crickets.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So, like I've got Cresley Cole. I've got the first 4 books in the Immortals After Dark to read. Those are all like from early 2000s. And then there was some Lynn Ray Harris. There was a Lynn Ray Harris series that I wanted to finish. Janie Crouch. I have Janie Crouch and Lynn Ray Harris. And then there was, like I said, an old Riley Edwards series that I just never read. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe blue. It was one of the blue teams, blue or gold or whatever. And then like there's one-off like Vi Keelan books that are pre-2020 that I had on my list. And then where I was really like, okay, if you really want to just rack up your points, go to Stuff Your Kindle. All the books you downloaded from Stuff Your Kindle.
There you go.
Pre-2020. Like all of them, if you actually want to read them, now's your chance to score double points.
Score double points.
For them for summer. And also then you can just I actually just deleted a ton of them off my Kindle and I was like, this is really obnoxious. Why did I do this? And I will not be allowing myself to participate in that event going forward. I literally spent like an hour and a half deleting all the books off I wasn't gonna read.
Yeah.
So I probably should do that.
Yeah. Yes.
Mine's it's too far gone.
It's just too far gone. Just
Get
a new Kindle, a new account, new Kindle Unlimited, start over.
Just start fresh.
We're just starting fresh. Is there a book you're excited about for this summer, Jenni?
So I think Penny Reed is really gonna try to release the next like book in the Cletus and Jen series.
Oh, the Cozy Mysteries.
Yeah, so that's
Heather, is there a book for this summer that you're super excited about?
Well, the Codename Ember. Let's see here. The Dr. Rebecca Sharp. She's got that new series coming out that is really good. Riley Hart she's like a male mafia series. And we met one of the dads, and so then the dad, I guess, is getting a book. I'm really excited about that. You know how I am. Like, if I say I'm going to read, it's almost like I don't want to set myself up for failure because, you know what I mean?
I read any of these.
I don't. Well, like, so
no, it's fair. I downloaded M.A. Wardell's Monsters that he has. I'm really going to try to read those. And then earlier this spring, I went down a Chuck Tingle rabbit hole because his titles are so ridiculous. They're gay, they're ridiculous, they're fun. They're just short and fun. Anyway, he has a full-length novel coming out this summer, and I'm excited to check out some more Chuck Tingle. He's actually speaking at the Cleveland Library, I think, next week. So,
yes, they are very
you can say a couple of the titles because they're hilarious.
Chuck Tingle, Lucky Day, Bury Your Gaze, Chef Woolly Mammoth Eats My Butt, Game of Butts.
Oh, yes. I remember when we were talking about these.
I went through these earlier this spring, and they're ridiculous and fun, you guys. They're
not on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm going to check on Kobo for us because that is funny. How did I not know?
Yeah, they're gay. They're hilarious. I think they're worth reading.
Sounds gay. I'm in. I have that sticker, and it's so awesome. I have it on the back of my Kindle.
Perfect.
That sounds cute.
Is there one book that you know that was a pre-2020 release? It can be one that you loved, that you really think everybody should read if they haven't read it. Do you have a pre-2020 book that you think more people should read? Oh, the entire
same
is
ones
it
I recommend all the time. Penny Reed and Cambria Herbert. Like, if you have not read Knitting in the City, though, like, there is at least one book in that series that will hit for you, and you could read those out of order.
Yeah. What about you, Heather?
If you haven't read it already, after Becky and I have incessantly talked about it, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but it's the Aces Hockey series by Kelly Jamieson.
Yeah.
It's set in Chicago. It is one of the best.
It's so good, especially if now I know that the Off-Campus series is hitting the charts, right? And those are 2016, and they're college students. But if you like that type of story, that fast-paced, moving story, Kelly's books fit right into that. Like, Kelly's books, they have they hook you in, dynamic characters, you see the friends on the side. You know, that's one of the things that when I found Hockey Romance in 2016, that Kelly's books were one of those that I was reading them through the library. And when I would get to the point that I had to wait for a hold, like, I was like angry, like, why do I have to wait? Give me my book.
I was the same. So I was reading hers through the library also. Oops.
That's okay. You're fine.
And then I found Sawyer Bennett that way, the Carolina series. And so those start there. Like
they're so great. Good. What about you, Lindsey? Is there a book that's pre-2020 that you read that you wish more people would read?
Well, I agree with Jenni, the Penny read, but I'll say the Jiffy Kate New Orleans series. That's all I think pre-2020. Yeah, there it's not called New Orleans. What is that series called?
Is it like Bayou something? I don't know.
I'm going through. I'm looking.
Yeah, I was like, no, I have to find something else. I knew Jenni was going to recommend the Penny Read one.
You just knew it, right?
The French Quarter collection. All those predate 2020. And that one is really good. I like that whole series. So yeah, that one.
The series that I think I wish more people had read was, we all loved After Hours on Milagro Street by Angela M. Lopez. But she had a winery series, The Females Were Billionaires, that were so good, that were pre-2020. And I just wish more people would read those. They were phenomenal. Especially if you're kind of tired of Billionaire, you've had enough of the dude billionaires. The way that she spins it for these women, and that they don't feel like they have to care for everybody. They're thinking of themselves the same way the dudes do. Like, it was really well done. I don't think it gets enough love. So, what else was I going to ask? Oh, okay. So we're going to do fast pace here. You have to pick one. Pick one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Summer reading edition. Pool, beach, couch, porch. Jenni. What?
Pool.
Pool. Lindsey.
Porch.
Heather.
Porch.
Porch. Well, deck. Kindle or paperback? Jenni.
Kindle.
Lindsey.
Kindle.
You could say paperback. We won't be mad at you.
I don't know. Like, I'll say Kindle because I'm more likely to finish it if I start on the Kindle. Okay. I have like a paperback right now that I have like 2 chapters left, and I'm just like, you're a paperback. I have to carry you with me.
Heather, Kindle or paperback?
Kindle.
Kindle. New release or backlist, Jenni?
Probably new release.
Lindsey, new release or backlist?
Backlist.
Heather, new release or backlist?
New release.
I am going to say probably a mixture, because my reading's been so off for so long that things that would be considered backlist I haven't touched because I haven't been reading. Like, I read a Natasha Madison that came out like January of 2025 because I was, been so far back on her stuff. One book vacation or a suitcase full of options? Jenni.
Suitcase.
Lindsey.
Suitcase.
Heather.
Suitcase or Kindle full.
Yeah. Audio road trip or reading by the water?
Reading by the water.
Lindsey.
Audio road trip.
Heather.
Reading by the water.
I'm probably going to say reading by the water, although an audio road trip, why not, right?
Okay, speaking of that, we're driving down to Lexington for knockout, and Justin says to me, do we have our book plan? I mean, like, you have the book we're listening to, right? And it's a good one? I was like, I don't. He's like, well, you better get on it. So I have to find an audio book that
there we go.
We're going to read.
Okay, so that's what we're reading this summer. Those are our TBRs. We hope you'll participate in the Booked and Buzzy Summer Romance Reading Challenge. So now it's that time for Book of the Week. Book of the Week time. Jenni, what's your book of the week?
My book of the week is The Summer I Ate the Rich. And it is a YA book, and the girl is a Haitian American zombie. And her mom works for the rich, and her best friend's family has a funeral home, and she finds a way to feed the rich themselves.
Okay. Lindsey, what's your book of the week?
Troubled Brewing by Walker Rose. It comes out June 24th. This was my most anticipated read of the summer, and I actually requested it on NetGalley the day it came out. It is so good, you guys. Everything I love about Walker Rose's books, it's so good. It is not quite what I expected from her.
It's her first trad release.
It's a little different, but it's good different. It's like, you know how you go into Target and you see all of those books that are like small town Western romance, and you're like, oh, I should go get them. And then I read so many of them, and I'm like, nope, DNF, DNF, DNF. Go get this one. Pre-order it, buy it, do yourself a favor, put it on your shelf. It ended on a cliffhanger, guys.
It does.
It has a happily ever after, but it ended on a cliffhanger, and I don't recommend books that end on a cliffhanger.
There are 3 interconnected standalones. I believe all 3 books will be out by January of next year, February at the latest. So they are going to come out pretty quickly, one behind the other. You won't have to wait super long for them. Is this when I tell you, Lindsey, that I've been reading these books as she read them? So like I read this one like a year ago.
I'm so offended. I'm actually finding out this was on NetGalley now.
Yes,
I'm angry. I did not know it was out there.
I'm pretty sure Amanda put it in the group chat.
Okay,
everyone you know.
I have a very stupid job right now. My job, I have barely keeping my head above water.
It is so good. I
just requested it.
Like, I think like what got me about it was like I don't usually love enemies to lovers. It's enemies to lovers for sure. But there's like a deep attraction between the two of them, and then there's like a really unique connection between the characters because like one of them is going through the same traumatic event that kind of like broke the brothers apart, or
it's
like broke
messy.
the family apart, and it's just so messy. It's so good. Like the tension, like the way she writes emotions, and it just twists your stomach in knots. And this is the one I started reading yesterday, and then I had to put my whole day on pause in Denver.
Oh man.
I was just like, do I have to do stuff? It was like, no, like you had a very jam-packed day. You're not going to just go sit somewhere and read a book all day. I was like under different circumstances. And then like, I swear the minute I got through TSA, I had that thing out on my phone. I was like, am I going to flip myself off this train? Cause you have to take the stupid train through Denver. But I was like, I'm not waiting until I get to my terminal. So I'm like standing there on the stupid train with my book, like immediately like locked in the second.
So funny. Heather, what's your book of the week?
My book of the week is called Betrothed in Fury by Devin McCormick. It is a mafia romance. It is dark and it is so good. So it is an arranged marriage between 2 families. They're like not enemy. They're like friendly. Does that make sense? And so they did it for protection, but it's 2 guys, and one guy is like, I'm straight, and it's like enemies to lovers. There's hate, sex. It is so good. I love it. It is gritty, and it is everything I love about mafia. So if you like dark, this is definitely something to read for you.
So my book of the week comes out June 25th. It is The Rebound by Kelly Jamieson. It is Marriage in Crisis Second Chance. They've been apart for a year because they couldn't get a divorce till they had been separated for a year, and they're coming up on their year, and there's a family event, and she doesn't want to have to explain to her family why he's not there. He's a pro hockey player. So he goes to this family event with her. What I really liked about this book, and Kelly Jamieson, her last couple books have all done this. They have dealt with some larger mental health issues, expectation type things. And so in this one, the heroine is a very typical oldest daughter. Everything kind of falls on her to take care of. Like, nobody in the family wants to run the family restaurant anymore, so she is running it. Great grandma needed somebody to live with her, so it was easier for her to commute to college and live with great grandma. Like, all of these things, and it goes through how as a child that is the one that like plans everything and picks everything up and feels like you're holding the family together, and then how you kind of lose your own identity in the midst of all of that. And it was just what I needed right now. As we're, getting ready, we're finally doing the memorial for my mom, and I have to deal with, people and, and so it just was what I needed. And the heart in this book, I was crying. I'm not a crier at books. We know this. I even messaged Kelly. I'm like, why did you do this to me? I can't believe you did this to me. I'm like sobbing. So pick this book up. Like, if you want an all-encompassing hockey romance with really exceptional emotional awareness and yearning, guys, this hero does not want to be divorcing his heroine. Like, he still loves her, but he has to deal with some of his own stuff too. So there are some content and trigger warnings. So if you plan to read it, check with me or Kelly's website so that we can give you the content trigger warnings, because there's some big ones in it. So, okay. So that's that for this week's episode. Summer is one of the best times of year to fall in love with a new book, discover an author you've never tried before, or finally read the backlist title that you've been sitting on your shelf for years. Don't forget to join our Booked and Buzzy Summer Reading Challenge running from May 31st today through July 18th, meaning if you finish the book today, you can start entering today onto the website. And remember, books published before 2020 earn double entries towards our grand prize drawing. Oh, we are having a grand prize drawing. I do remember this now. Leah put together a grand prize drawing, so we will have a prize. I'm not sure what it is. There is a prize, so you are going to want to enter. There is a grand prize. And so make sure you comment, like, and tell us what's the first book on your summer TBR. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me this evening.
Thank you.
Until next time, everyone, happy reading.
Find us on Instagram at BuzzingAboutRomance or on Twitter at BuzzingRomance. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you'd like to support us directly, join the Bookcase and Coffee Patreon and receive exclusive content only available to Patreon members. Check out bookcaseandcoffee.com for our on-the-shelf show notes.